it. It is important because if you miss it, you don't even need to go to hell. You're already living in hell on earth. And if God should create something, then He sees the importance. In the Garden of Eden, He created Adam. And He would have just gone ahead to create church members with Him. And then Adam would be a pastor, since the church is important. But no. He would have just made him a president if the government is important. But no. He created him a man, a husband, manager, then a father. Because of the importance of family. Family is where society came from. For every one of you sitting and hearing me today, you actually come from a family. For every problem we have on the society came from the family. For every blessing we have in the society comes from a family. And even in the church also. For everyone that you be like, why is this person like this? This person is actually coming from a family. So the importance of family cannot just be ignored. And I would like to apologize to the church because this kind of meeting should not just be once in a while. Because a church is complete when every aspect of the church is growing. So we can't ignore this aspect, because if we do, we'll end up giving prayer point back to our papa. If the family is wrong, so many things is wrong, even in the body of Christ. If the family is right and they grow up children that are right, the teaching of Papa will not even need to take long, because as you're speaking, you are understanding, you are relating, and you are changing. Do we understand? So when the topic came up, how do you do to I do? You can agree with me that it's actually a long process. So it's not something that we can say in maybe 1 hour, because I'm not planning to take our time. So today, we're going to be breaking it. We are starting from the foundation. And next month, when we're going to be having another series of this, because from now on, it's going to be monthly, we're going to be talking about another foundation. You know, the Bible says if the foundation is faulty, what can the righteous do? And one thing that the righteous can do is what we've gathered here to do today. Can we bow our heads? Let's pray. Ask the Holy Spirit to interpret more than what the speaker is going to say to you today. Ask Him to teach you. Ask Him to humble you so you will be able to relate to the topic and be able to correct yourself. For in Jesus' name we have prayed. I want to thank my husband for this opportunity to be on this altar, and I do not take it for granted. Thank you, Major One. So, like I said earlier, that the journey from how do you do, the journey of how do you do is you seeing someone that you like. How do you do is actually the men's thing. Then for the woman thing is you receive the how do you do by either eyeing the man or by either smiling and saying I'm fine. And from there we move on to the next step. Then we enter into the ship, we relate and see if we could go to the level of I do, then we get married. This journey is very, very long. Very, very long. But I would want us today to focus on before you say how do you do. Now this is going to be the foundation, like I've said. And if you are here that you said how do you do, and the lady have answered I do, or you are in the process of relating like you're in a ship, or you are actually even on your way to saying I do not think this topic is not for you. Only if you do not have misunderstanding in your relationship or marriage, that is when this service is not for you. If you are here, you can as well go home. Your service has ended. But as long as in your relationship and marriage, there's still misunderstanding and your I do is shaking and is looking as if it wants to scatter, then this topic is for you. Now, during the research, I was trying to look into the reason why marriage is not like the way God instituted it. God saw how lonely a man was. That was the reason why he brought a woman, and then he brought the lay-down rule and instituted marriage. But we've seen so many people that are even scared of entering this. And that will be because of the examples all around us. Then I looked into it that what could be the cause. Then I saw that 99% of the problem or the issues we face in marriage are behavioral. Almost all the problems we face in marriage, except for health matters, are linked to our behavior. So what does that mean? If we could actually assess our behavior, and if we can make some corrections in our behavior, it means we are one step closer, or we are one step into the marriage God wants for us, the way He has designed it, the way He wants it. Now, if you are here, you are thinking, is God really interested in marriage? Is He really interested in my love life? Is He really interested in things going on well with me? I'll tell you, yes, He does. He's interested in everything all around you. He's interested in how well you do things. And I'll explain further. Are we together? I wouldn't want to take our time, so I will be speeding, because actually that's my normal life. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing on the things you need to work on before you say, how do you do? So I'm assuming that everybody here, we are late. Even you, if you are even 10 years into your marriage, I'm assuming that we all are single. If you put your mind into this, you will be able to absorb this message better, and you'll be able to correct yourself. So there are some things that actually need to be in place before you even walk up to a lady and ask her how is she doing. There are some things as a woman that has to be in place before you even answer that brother. I remember I said that 99% of the problem we face are actually behavioral. So if you can correct this, then we can have heaven on earth in our marriage. Number one is your spiritual development. There is no how you can maximize the use of a product without the manuals and guide. There is no how you can effectively use a product without the manual. God instituted marriage. He instituted this feeling in you. He created both the man and the woman. So there is no how you can do without Him. And you will know so well that God wants a fellowship with man. That's the reason why in the Garden of Eden, He came down. He's always coming down to fellowship with man. And when He came and He couldn't see Adam, He asked where he is. So He wants to have a personal relationship with you. So you hear Him, you know Him, and you know how He speaks to you. You might be wondering, why is this important? How do you want to know, or how do you want to hear God when He's telling you this is the right person for you, if you do not have a personal relationship with Him? Or let's move down to you being in a relationship or you being married. How do you as a man want to know God's instruction for your family if you do not know how He speaks to you? How do you as a woman want to fully maximize your responsibility if you do not know how God speaks to you? Your spiritual development is the number one aspect of your life you really need to work on. You don't just need to live like a normal Christian. Do we even have this word called normal Christian? Because Christian is Christ-like. And if you're the father, if you're a child of your father, you should hear his voice. You should know what he does not want. You should know what he wants. You should know his doings. You should know his biddings. You should know how he does his things. So before you even go into the level of saying, how do, you need to have this spiritual development. You need to level of having a personal relationship with him. There are sometimes we want to make a decision in my family, and I'll ask my husband, what's God saying? Why? I don't like wasted efforts. I wouldn't want to waste my time. And I know if God is saying it means he's funding it and he's backing it up. So when it seems like what God is saying is not looking like it, we go back to ask him, how is it looking like? And then we get the next step. It is only if you want to live like living and you do not, as in the world does not feel your impact, even in your small community, that you neglect this fact. The world is full of evil. You can't even predict the next thing that will happen. You're seeing someone smiling today, and the next minute you're hearing something bad about them. But how do we boycott all this? How do we escape from all this? It is your personal relationship with your Father that will save you from all sorts of mistakes. It is you hearing him and knowing what he wants from you that will save you and make you live on what he wants. The Bible says his plans for us are of good and not of evil, to bring us to an expected end. That expected end cannot be gotten by your own. You can't get it. You can't reach there by your own. You need the manual, and the manual is with God. You need him to carry you, to walk you through, to get to that heaven on earth. So your spiritual development is something that you mustn't ignore. Know God for yourself. Know how he speaks to you. Know what he wants from you. You only got to this world and they told you you are a man. Then biology and everything proves to you that you're a man, and you accepted that you're a man. Your responsibility as a man, everything you need to do as a man, is in who created you. So you need to hold on to him so you can fully maximize your potential. A family that listens to God, a family that gets instructions from God, it used to be as if they do ritual. Because things will just go easy for them. When you are thinking it wants to fall, you see them falling back. Even their mistake is going to be right, because God is the one engineering it. So are you scoring yourself today? What is the level of your spiritual growth? How well do you know your Father? How well do you know the creator of the relationship you are in? How well do you know the founder of the marriage you are in? How well do you hear him? What do you think is his mind for you? How well are you living in the mind? Are we together today? Hope I am not too fast. Number 2 is, what is your selfless limit? What is your selfless limit? I've met some people that they can't do anything for someone except there's something for them to gain. As a friend or as a neighbor, as in you can't ask them for help or anything and they will do it if there is nothing for them to gain. How well do you think this person is going to go in marriage? Marriage, a successful marriage, is a combination of two selfless beings. Combination of two selfless beings. You can't be doing something and expecting the person to pay you back. Your partner might not even remember to say thank you sometimes. But because of the love you have, because love is selfless, you do things because you know it's the right thing to do. So what is your selfless limit? Even in that relationship, in you having a friend, how well can you do things for someone? I know everyone here would want to have a friend that can take bullet for you. You would want to have a friend that you know can sacrifice. No. I know if it is so and so, this person can give me everything to pull me out of this. So you would want to do the same. So if you are here that all your step is calculative, What is in for me? What do I stand to gain? Then you really need to stay in the level of before you say how do you do. Because you are not ready for this thing called relationship. Our God self is selfless. Is it not selfless for him to give his only begotten son just for a relationship with you? He gave his son even before you came into the picture. You were only in his mind. Is that not a selfless act to explain to you how he wants you to be? So maybe the problem you are even having in your marriage or your relationship might be because you are not even selfless enough. What is your selfless limit? I've seen some marriages whereby you see the man wearing designers. The man is looking peng, looking so exotic, and the woman is looking like a nanny. And I've seen the other way around, whereby the woman is looking so expensive, wearing lace and wearing the best, and the man is looking like an house help. You don't need to look far. The partners are not selfless. If you are selfless, you will be interested in the growth of both of you. If you are selfless, even the little thing that you ignore will matter to you, because you know that if your partner is smiling, you're automatically smiling. So check yourself. What is your selfless limit before you say how do you do? What is your selfless limit before you say how do you do? Are you the kind of person that you have your things to yourself, do not touch? I had a roommate back then in school, my 100 level. I even tried as much as possible to be at the advantage. So I was one that took the room, and I made sure I paid, I think, 10,000 naira higher than our own rent. So I just divided that, okay, bring this, be my roommate. And I dare not take her egg. I dare not use her water. I dare not use her stuff. And guess what? I have everything more than her. I use condensed milk. The only thing she has there was blackberry. They even named that pinging sis in my lodge. Because wherever you on Jen, my roommate is there charging with her blackberry. But her stove is like this, that you dare not touch it. And when I saw the hand she took, no problem. Oh yeah, I have my bed, you have your bed. Put your bed at that side. This is my bed. Do not touch it. If that kind of person cannot even do well having a roommate, tell me how well the person is going to do having a partner. There are times you put things in your fridge and your partner is going to walk up to it and take it. And then you come and talk and you expect the partner to apologize. If you have the kind of mind, he's going to laugh. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do? I could be in a place and I'll be thinking of what both of us is going to eat. If you're not selfless enough, you can't do that. You only think of what you will eat, leaving your partner. And we know the opposite of selfless is selfish. And if there is one thing a woman must not try, do not marry a selfish woman. A man. If you're a woman, do not marry a selfish man. Because love is selfless. There are times you deny yourself for your partner. You deny yourself for your children. So a man who is doing this well with his neighbor, with his roommate, with his friend, is going to do it well with you. A man who is selfless with people that he does not even know is going to do it well with you. Don't think the feeling is going to change anything. It's not. It's his character. He's going to love you with his character. He will just believe that's the way of doing things. I don't need to know how well you do in your family. I just need to see how two of you stand. There are a lot of things that speak small. Even in partnership meeting. There's a couple that if I do not see, I know something is up. And if I find out down to the couple, one of them paid for two of them. That is your selfless limit. You standing and you are covering up for your partner to stand. I know most of you here actually have issues with this. Now my own. Not only me, I know. We get our surname. You have your family. But if you are ready to experience heaven on earth, you have to be selfless. If there's one thing I love about my husband, is how selfless he can be. I just say it. I have never carried my phone and I'll just say alert that I didn't ask money for. He's not that kind of a man. And maybe that's because he doesn't even have the money to that level yet. But I know for sure that there is nothing I want on earth that if he has the money that he's not going to give me. We don't even pry into our account. I don't even know how much he's worth. Yes, I don't. I don't even know the amount in his account. But I know for sure that the money in his account is for me. And I can get it at any time I want. Because I married a selfless man. This might look so small to you. You might think it's nothing. I will have my money. I have my money. But your money cannot be enough. And let's even drop money in one side. There are times that you will need your man to make decisions to cover for both of you. It is a selfless act that decision will cover you. You see some people that there's just one cup of rice in the house as a woman, and they will prepare the rice and finish everything, and the man is coming. You didn't drop money for food. You don't expect food. It is your selfless act as a woman that you will be able to manage well. Do you know? It is how selfless you are that you'll be able to prioritize. It is how selfless you are that you'll be able to manage and do things right. So what is your selfless limit? Before you walk up to that brother, before you walk up to that sister rather, or before you accept that brother, how do you do? How far can you sacrifice? Hope I am not too fast. The number 3, how fast is your flexibility? How fast is your flexibility? Now, we all are coming from different backgrounds. We all have different understanding. If I ask 2 people, okay, let me say I put a cup and I put rice on fire. Then I ask one person to go and check it. And I ask another to go and check it. Do you know they're not going to check it the same way? Some is going to, how do you even check rice? How do you know if rice is okay? Let me even ask somebody. Like there's no water in the rice. How do you know if rice is okay? Female in the house and men that can cook. Who is answering me? How do you know if rice is ready to be eaten? Apart from being soft, you know rice will still be soft and there will still be water. And there's a level it gets to that the water will not be on the surface. So how do you know? Okiki? Inside where? Which part? The middle? Is it everybody that puts spoon inside the middle? Thank you, Marianne. Is it that you put spoon inside the middle or beside? And if you ask these 2 school of thought, they will explain why it is in the middle, why some will tell you beside. Now, if you put beside, you might be wrong. Because water might finish beside and it will still remain the middle. So do you understand? Now, and so for everyone, so if I am of the school of thought that you put spoon beside, and you're of the school of thought that you put spoon in the middle, and we get married, do you know that if I am someone that do not compromise my stand, every time we cook rice, we'll keep fighting. And I'm like, you want the rice to burn? This rice is not burn. I don't like rice with water. That's me. The rice must stand 1-1. So if you put beside, it's my burn. The water in the middle might not do this. And we'll start arguing. So how flexible are you? We have some people and say, this is me. My guess is yes. I cannot deal. This is what I want. This is what has been keeping me. This has been my principle. You can't maximize that relationship. Because as you're growing from your small age, your parents are going to teach you to obey them. They're going to teach you to do things that will honor them, that they like. Then when you grow to a level, internet is going to teach you. Your friends are going to teach you. You and your partner cannot have the same set of friends. There are things that we agree to that my partner will not agree to. Now, we are not coming together to relate in one ship. whereby things combine us together. Who is going to compromise for who? For instance, for me, I like fan. Like I love fan, I love AC. But I have my rule. Even if rain is falling and everywhere is cold, I'm still going to on the fan. But I can't sleep without my wrapper. Even when I was small, my mom used to say maybe it's wickedness or so, that there's cold, that I locked all the window and I'll on fan. I mean, I'm covering my body, my sisters are not covering my body. I can't sleep without the wrapper. My legs must be covered. So if I am coming to your house, I go with my wrapper. I can't sleep without it. So no matter how high the AC is and everything, my own wrapper must be with me. My own husband only loves AC. And he cannot deal for long inside the AC. Okay, I think he can even endure AC a little bit to fan. Before you count 1 hour in fan, he's already sneezing. And we are in the same room together. How do? We bought duvet. So wrap your duvet. Me, I can't stay long in duvet. I can't. I'll kick it off. Like, there's a way whereby I just want everything to be balanced. I don't like it, but I can't do without the wrapper. So the wrapper is lighter. So it should just cover me. What if you get married to a man that snores? How do you sleep? You are doing, hey, it is not everybody in this house that is going to get married and be in the house. Like maybe your first house is going to be 2-bedroom flat. Your first house might be room and parlor. So what will you do? Because I know the excuse of some, and the solution to some people, they'll say, okay, we'll have separate rooms. What are you going to do? But you know that there is no how a man snores that you can't sleep. Now sleep never catch you. I ate it so well. Like I ate it so well. It's me. If you are snoring beside me, I'll be clearing my own nose, thinking it will affect you, like as if you are choking. So I'll be helping you to clear my nose. It does not affect this person. All I do is I'll hold your nose. When you struggle, I'll leave it. Then you give me that space to sleep. There are people here that they do not eat egusi. If you are there, raise up your hand. There are some people that don't like just soup. If you are there, raise up your hand. There are some people that do not eat beans. If you are here, raise up your hand. Me. There are some people that don't like yam. If you are here, raise up your hand. Okay, how do you now cope if you date or marry a partner that loves what you eat? Some ladies even take it to the extreme that they do not like something, they don't even know how to make it. One of my daughters is looking at me. How flexible are you? You don't know what you're going to meet in the relationship. You don't know what you're going to see. How easy can you quickly adapt? Do you know that life can't be easy all the time? How well can you adapt when you have? It seems like it wants to turn. Do you know if you lack this, suicide it's going to be knocking at your door for you? So imagine marrying a partner that cannot adapt. So which means you'll either be a widower or a widow. Some even risk to run away. They'll leave you with the kids and tell you they can't deal. I've seen people, even this flexibility even goes down well to how you use stuffs. You don't know the character of your partner, and in relationship you can't even get everything. It is when you get married that you're going to see the full of it. How well can you adapt when you see the full of it? Will you say you can't do that, you want to run out? Most people that are not flexible, they have issues even having a roommate. Rules can't keep you. A marriage that has rules, plenty rules, that marriage is not succeeding. Rules can't keep you. I hate rules. I hate it. Like, I hate rules. Yes, there is respect. You yourself should know boundary, but don't let me spell out the boundary for you. Rules can't keep you. How flexible are you to fitting into what your partner wants? You can't tell me you don't like egusi. That's the reason why you will not eat you will not know how to make egusi. Excuse me. Will you write among your list that I need a partner that does not like egusi like me? How many you won't see? Or you tell me you are not a fan of swallow as a woman, then you'll be looking for a man that does not like swallow. How many do you want to see? Do you know your man can tick one year, will not tick the other one year? What will you do? What's stopping you from knowing how to make the egusi? Why do we have plenty pots? Prepare the egusi and yeah, you prepare what you want to eat. How flexible are you? All these things, you do not start it in the relationship. It's from your friends, with your siblings. You're going to have in-laws, oh. They're going to come to your house. You're going to have people come to your house. How flexible are you? I want my space. Nothing changes my space. If it is not my space, it has to be my space. How flexible are you? Hope you are checking yourself. Because even in marriage, you still have this attitude. And now, do you know one thing about marriage? The things that you think does not matter are what causes big issues in marriage. And the effect of this thing, you are not going to see it once. It's just as when you are eating a nail in one position. You might not feel the impact one, but when you continue eating, that is when you see when it will penetrate. So these stalls we are talking quiet. People do not know me. Oh, you will all stand up. I've been ignoring since we started the message. Where are we? Which point are we? Hey. That's what I heard. How flexible are you? We move to the next. Number what now? Mental upgrading. Mental upgrading. Now, most of the default. How many books have you read? You know, if you're in JSS1, there's a curriculum for you. There are books you need to read. Especially if you're doing literature, there are some novels you need to read. Then you go to JS2, there are some novels. Then JSS3 or WAEG, they're not going to pick from each of the novels to set exam for you. For what you've been taught JSS1, JSS2 to JS3 are what they're going to use to set exam for you. Now you are about to enter into what caused some people pain. Have you seen stories of marriage outside? Have you? I think I saw one. There's no divorce of any celebrity that does not hurt us. Because the harm that we've done is plenty. Is it Nino Lowo and his wife? Look at how cute that guy is and the woman. Like she's endowed. When you see that video, you'll be like, wow. Wow, wow. And then one day you just come outside, you see press conference, respect our privacy, blah, 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 blah. They are no more. I think his own was even 19 years of marriage. Joe, 19 years, you should be looking like each other already. What's there to know about you that I don't know? Marriage is more than you getting married to who fancy to be called Mr. or Mrs. or who fancy to wear couple's clothes. It is more than that. You need to get into marriage or get into a relationship with someone that is prepared for it. Read books. Upgrade. Know things for yourself. Sorry. Know things for yourself. The first way of attracting a man or attracting a woman is definitely your body, your physique, possibly your tall. There are some people that even you being short attracts them. But your physique will only attract a man or a woman, but it's your character that keeps the person. And your character is being developed on the things you know, from books, from people around you. Your shape as a woman can attract a man, but you being sharp is what keeps a man. Your six packs can attract a woman, but I have never seen when six packs pay the bill except to go for modeling. Your child cannot eat six packs. So what does that mean? Your body physique is just one thing. It is what you have inside that we want to know. It is what you have inside that is going to keep your family. So what have you been feeding on? What have you been feeding your brain on the level you are about to enter? If you want to do masters, the books you read will be more than what you read for your BSc. There are plenty of exams that you're going to do that is more than what you've done before. Because you are upgrading. If you're entering a new phase, there are things you need to know. You don't just enter like you're just there. I don't come waiting day. As you just go, I don't come waiting day. One thing will just push you out. I'm like, I never expected it. So what are you feeding your brain with? Mental upgrading is one thing that should even happen before you say, how do you do? It should happen in when you are saying, how do you do? It should happen in when you are saying, I do. It should keep happening till you die, because we keep growing. If you stop growing, then you stop upgrading. And if your partner is someone that is growing, it's going to leave you behind. So what are you feeding your brain on? Are we together? Can we read Proverbs chapter 11, verse 22? Proverbs 11, 22. Please, if you're in the audience, okay. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout is a fair woman, which is without distraction. Can I get another translation? The Message translation, so we understand better. Like a gold in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman who lacks discretion. A beautiful man who rejects good sense is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. Now, just that woman, a beautiful man or an handsome man who rejects good sense is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. You can't say you know it all. Do not think you know it all, because if you know it all, you will not have exes. I know you might say it's your ex that is the fault, but there is no relationship that breaks now that the fault does not come from both partners. If you call two of them, do the counseling, you can take your own. You take your own. So if you know it all, you will be a partner with no exes. So upgrade. Beauty is natural, but sense is what you acquire. You develop. It keeps growing. And this upgrading is in every aspect. You already know what it entails to be a woman. You upgrade. When I was growing up, I think maybe 10 or 11. And then when it's time to make hair, that's Christmas hair. So it's only Christmas, because in primary school you'll be doing thread and weaving and all those types. So it's only Christmas that you can do big auntie's hair. So when it's time to make Christmas hair, I see the way we struggle. That's me and my sisters. And so my mom is the one funding the bill. She will do whatsoever you want. She wants on your head. And then on Christmas Day, you are not happy because you don't even like the hairstyle on your head. So I know that it's time for me to know how to make hair. So since I am older, that's why there are some things that happen in some families. And the first thing I will say is, now the firstborn fuck up. Because there are so many barriers firstborn breaks for your people coming over you. If you are firstborn, you're male or female, and your siblings are still suffering some stuff, you know that you need to tighten your belt. Or better still, you need to wake up. because there are some things I should break. There are a lot of things I break in my family. So if I go and make my hair, all I do is I make sure that the salonist has a mirror. So as they are doing it, I am checking. There was no even phone for me to know. Now we have phone on how to make hair. We have some people here that if we say, oh yeah, lose your hair and try something new on your head, you can't even do it. Some cannot even pack their hair well. Some cannot even relax their hair. These are part of mental upgrading. Don't you know? There are some little things you need to know. I was making my hair yesterday, and my daughter was like, Mommy, I love you. I said, I love you too. He said, you can do everything. I said, yes, girl. I can do everything. He said, my daddy can do everything too. I love my daddy. I said, yes. You got the best. I don't even know what my husband cannot do. If he doesn't understand more about it, that's why there's YouTube. And thank God we have the money. We'll buy the material and try it out. And if you try it out and it does not work, nobody's going to hold you ransom. There are little things in your house that you can do that you pay people outside to do. Why don't you upgrade yourself? It is not all about opening your legs and giving birth to children. Some cannot even take care of themselves. How do you expect them to take care of their children? If I see how you are, what will I be expecting from your child? I know I'm going to give birth to girls, so I know making hair has to be part of it. When I learned it from the January, if my mom makes any weave on or nose, as she does it, I'll keep it. If she braids her hair, I'll tell her, let me lose it. So I'll carry the attachment. I will comb it to look new. I'll keep it. We are waiting till Easter, December. So when I arrange all out, okay, in Kotanini, yo. So now we have options. Although it does not look like the options we want, but it's better than what my mom can do. Telephone wire and the rest. So from the options, you pick. Who can do just style, we do just style. Who will do fixing, we do fixing. Who I will braid for, I will braid for. Then I will do all. Then sometimes I do the three of them. Then my mom gives me money to make my hair. Then got to a time also that if we go to tailor's place, she'll pick style. And I have rules when it's my clothes. If it is long, it should be long. If it is short, it should be short. But you don't try that with a Baptist woman. Your short gown is 3/4. Then she's a lover of A shape. And I don't like it. So when we go to make hair, we fight. When we go to the tailor's place, we fight there too. She will pick style. She'll tell me to buy the SS3, the color the style for right. Even at the SS3, won't be me that. There are some styles I cannot see pick because the eyes is saying more than the mouth is saying at the tailor's place. So I'm just like that. I hate puff hand. I don't really like hands. I sweat a lot. So I don't really like hands in clothes. I don't like long sleeve. I think so when I got married, I tried, okay, do not be one-way person. Because I sweat a lot. And she likes puff hand. Then I put the hand, it will not stay. If you are doing skirt for me, do zip. Do not do elastic. They'll put elastic. Because my mom will want the clothes to have allowance that is plenty. You now be big. So all this problem, I must learn tailoring. I went to learn tailoring. So when it's this in time, I did not learn tailor for I learned it from my tailor. So when my mom come to pay, my and shower bro me. That's what I'll tell her. Give me, cut it for me. So for mom, you'd have told me how the style was, would have agreed. So you need to bring your own, how you want it. Let it fit into how my mom wants it, because she's the one that bought the material. She'll tell you, as long as I buy your material, I dictate. So you need to fit in how my mom wants it, then I'll sew it. Then it will be okay. So when we are wearing it, can you type tight? I'll now be opening my eye for my sister. Oh wow, okay. These are part of upgrades. These are part of upgrades. You can't be there as a man and you don't even know how to iron your clothes. You don't even know how to fold your clothes. How are you going to help your wife? You don't get married and you have house help and everything at once. It is not everybody. Okay, there are actually some people that you can get married and you get married into luxury. Yes, we do not deny that. But what if you build your life from scratch? How do you do? How well do you do? You upgrade your cooking, knowing how to do so many things. Knowing how to turn rice into different 10 cuisines. These are part of mental upgrades. And you don't learn it anywhere. You learn it from before you say, how do you do? You learn it from how you interact with people. You learn from A, you learn from B. how this one do things, you add it to your own. Increase your CV, increase your CV, so your bride price and your groom price can be plenty. Let them count you. What can you do? Have you ever asked yourself, if what you are doing now to make money, if you stop, what else will you do? If what brings food to your table stop now, what else will you do? How? Have you ever asked yourself that question? These are questions you should even be asking yourself. What if this one turn like this? I don't want a breathe. Instantly you start mapping out. I posted on my status. That was when I was doing this upgrade. And the question was like, babe, what if your husband dies now? What are you going to do? I said, God forbid. I said, what if your husband dies now? What are you going to do? 3 children? What am I going to do? Eroi, Ondo. I sat down and I think I got myself back after 30 minutes. And I was mapping out a plan. Okay, I think I heard him say this. I heard him say he has this. I'll do this. I was like, I can maintain this status quo. I will just need to reduce some stuff. I could still put my kids in the same school if I can do this. And they won't feel that there's no father. But man, don't try it with me, God. And I laugh. I think the only one I could not answer very well was, how do I manage a church? I was like, the sons. And the next statement was like, what if some of them betray you? Then I had no answer. Because I can't even imagine that. So that was the only one I could not get an answer to. So ask yourself sometimes, what if this A will be A, no can be A again? How do you do? Seize your brain and upgrade. Are we together? Let's move on to the next. Which number are we now? The next one. What is your commitment level? What is your commitment level? How long can you hold on to things? Marriage is a combination of 2 committed people. You're going to be watching one channel every day of your life till death do you part. There's some people that are there to even do their part early and they don't even want to watch another channel again. If you have kids at home and they do that one channel for you, you know how annoying it can be. There is no cartoon we can even sing, even me and my husband. And we even now know the one that attracts this one, the one that attracts the other. So if it's Bluey, Abby, Bluey, she'll stand, she'll be looking. That's how I even made her hair. I went to go and download just that place. Bluey! She'll now be laughing. Then we have Spider-Man. If I give my husband a mic like this, he can sing up. So we already know what they will show in that channel. And that's how we'll keep watching. That's how we keep watching. Whenever we watch something different, maybe whenever we force them to go and sleep, or we do Ogboju, and you're like, this, and they're like, no, this is what we are watching. No, 309, this is what we are watching. It's 108 we want. And then, okay, we will not go to 108. That one is, I think, from morning to maybe around 4. They should show, like, mature cartoon. So we now watch, like, instead of us watching Bluey, let's watch mature cartoon. At least we are doing everything together. If you will not get to the level of watching one channel, like this is your partner, everything about you even see everything about the person the first night you guys get married, what's remaining to watch again? How do you still keep that love, keep fanning that love, that you do not get irritated and the love dies? Do you know if you are this kind of person that you start this one, you drop it. You start this one, you drop it. You start this one, you drop it. You have this problem in marriage. You say, I don't know. I'm not just attracted to him anymore. What's the problem? You cannot put your hand on it. What's your committed level? There are some of you that can't even keep friends for long. Waiting happen, I don't even know. We just fall. We just fall. You know, 20 friends cannot be together in 20 years. Yes, it's true. But there are some friends that should still be with you. It is not when you are changing friends like clothes. What is your commitment level? How well can you hold on to things? Even when that thing is telling you, leave me. and you fight it back into loving that thing. You're loving the same man. You're going to love the same woman till you die. You're going to love every flaws, every weakness, every strength of the woman. You're going to love everything about your partner. You're going to be seeing it the same till you die. That's why if we urge people in relationship or marriage to try and be spontaneous, even try help your partner to see different kind of stuff. Because watching one channel, even in the Disney Channel, we have different cartoons. So that's the reason why we could even watch it for long. How will I watch 10 episodes of Bluey? Why? I'm sure if I close my eyes, I'll be seeing the Bluey. So I will sleep. I will lose interest. Since I wouldn't want my child to cry, I'll just sleep off. You see some people that they are in a relationship and they are not even active in the marriage or the relationship anymore. Anything you want. Because you are there, you are not even enjoying it. It is in your commitment level. How well are you committed to holding one thing, still loving the same thing, just like the first day? The person said, how do you do to you? And you said, I do, with a smile. How well? So these are things you need to check. You check it very well. Hope you are scoring yourself. Because if you have pass mark in all these, then you don't need to ask me if you are ready for marriage. Because you know so well that you are ready to start something. Because you have pass mark in most of them. How well can you hold on to things? Number, what are we now? It's almost to 10. Number 6. How well do you forgive? How well do you forgive? Your friends of how many years? If I ask you now to carry pen and paper and write how many times this person has offended you, some will ask for extra sheets. I'm talking about your close friends or your roommates. Maybe even while you guys are coming this morning, said person that have offended you. So what do you think will happen in marriage? Even while you even go and apologize, you can even still offend the person. Yes. Because men don't know how to apologize very well. And we women, we have laid down rules of how you apologize. You can't be talking to me and you apologize and you're trying to say I'm still the fault. Guy, accept, now you do it. It's your fault. Just say I'm sorry. And at times I would want to explain. And I would see that my husband was like, what did I even do? I look at him like, hi, he really does not understand what he did. Oh yeah, tell me I'm sorry. And then we'll end there. So how well do you forgive? There are people that hold on to grudges. They count dates. They can remember the time. How many do you want to keep? If you are here and you are dealing with forgiveness, unforgiving spirit, according to my husband, you'll be pious. If you are dealing with unforgiving spirits, you will die young. Do you know how? That small heart. We study biology, but you saw how heart is. Then imagine you keeping plenty people with date and time, because one person will offend you plenty times. In that same heart, blood will not be able to flow. Heart attack don't come. So if you want to get married and you want to have the best in marriage, you should be ready to forgive before the person offends you. Because what the person is even apologizing for, maybe before how many minutes, the person might do the same again. So you forgive in advance. You let things go. You do not even allow the offense to dictate how you behave. That's why I'm always of the opinion of you shouldn't be fighting with your wife and you say you not eat her food. Food wasting are you buy? You shouldn't be fighting with your husband and then you say you will not sleep in the room or you deny the person of his rights. It's not making sense. Because in your bid in proving your point, you will allow the devil to come in and then you see that your point is even more than what both of you can settle. How well can you forgive? How well can you let things go? Life is too easy to be holding on to grudges. Say, I'm this kind of person. If you do something to me, it will pain me. It will pain me. No. Oh, I forgive. I know you to forget. Oh. Then when they say, I'm sorry, you now start listening and listening. After apology, there's some people that they will apologize to. And then, oh, you smile. You cannot still come back to your normal self. Leave me, oh. Just leave me alone. It takes me 1 week to come back. How many weeks come there in a year? How many weeks do we have in a year? Why do I have this rule of if we offend each other, it must end in a day? Because I signed forever deal with you. And I love happiness. I deserve to be happy. I cannot be doing this much and I will not be happy. So if one misunderstanding now come and it has taken hold of us and we are now angry, you shouldn't take the full day. How many days? You can't be angry and you are smiling. I don't know for you people. You can't be angry and be breathing well. Say, you'll be breathing fast. Some of you won't be shaking. So imagine you shaking for 3 days. Wait, sing. So how well do you forgive? If you want to sign the forever deal, as you are doing that, I love you this, I love you that, just sign. You know, when disciples asked Jesus that, how much should we forgive? He said 7 times, 77 times. I've forgotten how he said it. But there is nobody on this planet Earth that should offend you that much. Because Jesus already knows that human will keep offending each other. Imagine you say, well, yeah, let's come down to you. God actually released his only begotten son for a redemption plan for you. Because he knows you. How many times have you said, I'm sorry, Lord? How many times? On the same thing, we even go to level, if I do this thing again, kill me, castrate me, do this, do that, and you keep still doing it again. Do you know how helpless you feel when you do something that you say you are not going to do? Do you know how helpless and how angry you feel to yourself that you say you will not do this thing? Now you have excuse for yourself. How come you do not have excuse for your partner? Or you think your partner will willingly, intentionally get you angry? Do you think your friend will willingly, intentionally do something to make you angry? Except you have a friend that's a witch. And remember that the first thing I say you should develop was spiritual development. So which means if your spiritual antenna is sharp, you would have picked a partner that is God's choice. So which means you will not have married a witch or a wizard. So how well do you forgive? Just assess yourself among your friends. How well do you let things go? Which number are we? Ma? 7. Okay, let me quickly run on to domestic development. I've actually explained it, but I'd want to buttress more on the point again. If you are here and you still have issues with cooking, I don't know who you want to get married to. You are here and the little and basic things you need to know how to do. Like bathing, taking care of yourself. When a dress is dirty that you should not wear it. Knowing the right thing to do. Why do you think you want to say I do to who? Why? Because you've not even really dealt well with yourself. As my mom would say, you do not know where Ed is carrying you to. But me, self, I even have this idea that even if Ed carry you to a rich man's house that you saw 50 cook and all, how do you feel that you are handicapped in one aspect? And cook knows that madam cannot cook. Do you know how cook will behave? These are things you should try and learn. Let's forget all those things you see on social media. I think I saw one last week. And she said she can't cook. Abi she I don't know, maybe it's because I know I read mass comm, so I know how media used to write catchy headlines to attract you. Like, I think I tried listening to that's Kiki. I tried listening to the interview, and maybe she said maybe the last time she cooked is over a year now. And I guess that will be because of going from one tour to the other. But you should not be here and say, if Kiki cannot cook in her house, me and I will not cook. You are not marrying Kiki's husband. You never be celebrity. You don't get any tour where you go. You are going to cook. And when you get married, you will cook. You will cook every day. You will cook every day. You will cook every day. Except maybe you do cook plenty inside the fridge. I think I slept maybe around 11 yesterday. Cooking inside the fridge. But you still bring it out and still warm it. And once you finish the food, you will still cook. So you shouldn't have issues with all this. If one thing I don't think should be a problem in marriages, my husband is not having sex with me, or my husband does not give me money for food, or my wife does not cook, or my wife is denying me of the rights. It's not making sense. Don't you know what you want to go and do in the marriage before you enter? You are going to cook. You know your duties. So you should prepare yourself for it. How prepared are you for what you want to enter? So it shouldn't even be part of what we want to say. So the next one we'll talk about is, how well can you serve someone else? What is your level of service? How well can you serve someone else? If you are here and you're a worker, you know so well that there are some things you do in your department that is not even open to people. There's some level of input, like some level of hard work you impute in your department. Like if you take for instance the choir, there are some people that impute more time for you to hear a good song. There are some units in this church that we do not even know the members, like sanctuary units. But we all are seated here in a neat environment. Marriage is a successful marriage is a marriage between two servants. I'm serving you, you're serving me. Do you see where selfless act comes in again? It's only a selfless human that can serve the other. The normal term, the man should be older than the wife. So imagine you serving your wife without remembering the age, remembering anything. And you are not even putting stories to you. You just saw it as an act of love. So if you're a worker in a church, you shouldn't find this hard, because there are so many things you are even doing that you've not said thank you for. I think you even hear more of you are not doing it well than thank you. So in marriage, you will be expecting your partner to appreciate you, but you might not get the appreciation you think you deserve. You know, if I tell you to score yourself, everybody will have 10 over 10. And maybe if I now ask your partner to score you, your partner might give you 8 or 7 or 9 in some areas. But if you score yourself, you're going to give yourself 10 over 10. So when we do something, sometimes like, Moti, try. I have tried. No. Nobody can do this. Nobody can try this. Nobody can do this. And then you expect your partner might not even be seeing it to that level of that I have tried that you said. So how well can you serve your partner? Are you the kind of person that sits down and you expect people to serve you? You expect people to do things for you. You can't even imagine or see yourself do things for people. And you think you want to do well in marriage, or even relationship, or even friendship. Can you do well with a friend that wants you to do everything? Or a roommate that wants you to cook, sweep, and do everything, and all the person does is just sit down? Even male will complain. Let me they sweep all the time. Let me they do this one. You know they do anyone. He doesn't do this. You're going to complain. But if two servants get married, or if two servants stay together, or if two servants are in a relationship, I don't need to tell you what to do. You're doing yours to serve me, I am doing mine to serve you. So, no chores to do anymore. If I see you doing this one, I'm doing this one to help you out. So how well can you serve? And you know, if you are serving your pride, you've lost it long time ago. If you want to serve well, you can't hold on to your pride. You can't hold on to your ego. You should be your partner's ego and pride. And let me remind you that marriage is biblical, not traditional. God instituted marriage, so it is biblical, not traditional. Jesus served till he died, even unto the cross. He was humble unto the cross. That was why he was given a name that is above every other name. You all know how powerful our God is. And he allowed his son to die for what? He could just say a word. Say a word and let this cup pass over. Just one. But he was humble unto it. So how well can you serve? How well can you serve? How well can you let go of your ego? How well can you let go of your pride and let your partner be your pride? Let your partner be your ego. And then you make it work in your relationship. You make it work in your partner. You make it work in that friendship that you are. How well can you serve one another? Hope you are scoring yourself. Is it A or what's the score now? C? D? Who has A already? Who has A already? Oh, let's fix wedding date. I'm about rounding up. The next one, how well do you accept correction? How well do you accept correction? You know, I said you cannot take, for any relationship or anyone, any kind, from man to God, you to your friend, you to your partner, you cannot take away offense. So when you go to apologize, and they say, this is what you are doing, I don't like what you are doing, are you doing this, you are doing that, how well do you accept it? Are you the kind of person say, I know, well, you too. This is what you are doing. This is how you are doing it. This, that. Or you are no. Or after the I'm sorry. Or there are some things that does not even say I'm sorry. I used to call someone here. I was like, this guy said, okay, I think we were talking. And I was asking questions. And she was like, no, I do not have a problem. I was like, wow, okay. And when you do not have a problem, I step back on, is it spiritual? Is it spiritual? Because if you do not have a problem, we shouldn't be talking about this problem. Yes. So if I'm explaining, I'll be like, yeah, to support the problem. Are you that kind of person that in any fight, not wrong? Your partner is always wrong. And when they correct you, you cannot come back. You can't come back to the normal smiling person. You tell, give me space. How well do you accept correction? If you have problem with this one, an unforgiving spirit, just stay single. Don't say how do you do to anybody. Don't even say how do you do to any friend. Just stay. Go and look for one island and stay. And that's if you do not fight with fishes. Just go and stay until you know how to deal with people. You know how to deal with people. So how well do you accept correction? How well can you tolerate people? How well can you tolerate people? Everybody has their bad habits. Everybody has their things. There are some people that take, if you are here and when you are taking your bread, you can soak it inside tea. Raise up your hand. Don't be shy. I can't even take Golden more because of how soft it is. Yes, I only take cornflakes. So if I'm taking the cornflakes, they are using cold water and it must not get soaked. So you see the expression on everybody's faces. This my brother is still frowning. So how well can you tolerate your partner that loves soaking bread inside tea? And you guys will be you will be in the parlor. You will be eating together. You are taking your own bread and tea. The normal way. Yes, the normal way. And this person is soaking bread inside the same tea. How well can you tolerate people? There's some people that they are eating, they'll be eating and be making sound. Some will be singing as if they are children. How well can you? I'm just calling habits that is quite obvious, but there are a lot of things. There's some people that are easily irritated by people. Do you know you're going to find it hard to relate well with your husband when it comes to the sexual aspect of you? You get irritated by things, you're going to find it hard kissing. Yes, now. Before we talk about some aspects, you guys are single. So, for every little, I said in the beginning that most of the problems we face in marriages are 99% behavioral. This you might think is, what's there? I don't like this. I can't deal. It irritates me. But it's foundational. It's going to give birth. It's going to lead to other stuff. You see that it's because you feel irritated. That's the reason you'll be having issue with this. And then you'll be like, just sleep with me, don't touch me. And then your husband will be like, I don't get it. Did I marry a log of wood? And then you are trying as much as possible to deal. You are trying as much as possible to be responsive. But this aspect that you've not settled will keep holding you back. Then what do you have? You start having sexual problem from not tolerating to this. So if you can score yourself and you can really work on this very well, you'll see that we are actually one step into having the marriage the way God has designed it to be. Are we together? Let's move to the next. What is your financial level? What is your financial stability? Love does not pay bills. Love does not maintain beauty. Love does not maintain a home. Love does not feed a child. Money. Love needs money. Yes. I love you not by my mouth, not by action. So love needs money. What is your financial stability? Before you even say I do. Because even you, before you can say I do to a lady, and for that lady to look at you and smile, you should be looking like somebody that is stable. And finance makes you stable. Now I'm talking about taking care of yourself and all and everything. We've been singing it and shouting it on workers' page, on every avenue we have. That's use perfume. Choke us with your perfume. There's people here that still don't use perfume. They'll say no money. I even forgot to do something. I wanted to say, if you know you're not using, if your neighbor is not using perfume, change your seat. Yes, I wanted to do it. Because it's the height of it. Yes, it's the height of it. Now we've gotten to the level of, since you don't want to use perfume, do not kill me. Go and meet your partner. Just go and look for who is not smelling nice and sit with. You cannot take money away from a family. How do you be a good father? How do you be a good mother? How do you be a good partner if you do not put money, if you do not have money to answer to some needs. You know, I asked us a question, and I'm going to ask again. What if the things you do to bring money, what if that thing stops? How do you get money again? Because, yes, how? What if you wake up, okay, if you are going to work, what if you wake up one day, you go to work, and then they give you a sack letter? How do you feed your home? How do you get money again? Remember, I asked, what is your financial stability? For something to be stable, there should be something sustaining it. So as a man, as a woman, you should have plenty plans. You should have plenty plans. That's why if you call my husband and ask him how does he get his money, that's why he will just laugh and say, "Tithe and offering," he will laugh about it. There is nothing my man cannot do. He is awake after studying and praying. He is calculating and trying to see business ideas or money opportunities in some things that you ignore. As a man, you should be able to do this. Because the world is not fair. Do you know? The world is not fair. Even the patient dog does not see any fattest bone to eat again. They are always skinny. Because the one that collected the bone in the beginning will keep collecting the bone as long as that dog is dull. Even the food that is meant for children, servants take it. It is only when the children say, "This is my food," you still need to struggle for what is yours. Because the devil is just there trying to get it, trying to get what's yours. Remember, I said God did not make Adam a pastor. He didn't make him a president. He made him a man. He made him a manager. He said, "Tend the garden. And if you are tending something, that thing must feed you." Then he now make him a wife. He make him a husband. So when you are a man, you have something that you are tending, that you are feeding you. And right now, we have passed the age or the era of having one thing to feed you. Have plenty source to feed you, because you do not know the next minute. So when this source closes, just open another source. And then you continue. As a woman here, one thing about, if you read Proverbs chapter 31, is the ability to multitask. Ability to do three things or four things at the same time. So if one does not go, another goes. If this one does not go, another goes. So what is your financial stability before you say "I do"? As a normal distance, before you even think of relationships, how you want to even form a relationship? How? There needs to be met. Even you yourself, like you, just sit down and analyze you as an entity. You have needs. So if you do not have a way of settling your needs, your partner does not have a way of settling your needs, both of you will sit together. You cannot remember "I love you." You just be talking about problem upon problem upon problem upon problem. And you know what happens when you talk about problem and you do not see a solution? You start getting angry. You be like, "Why they talk to yourself? You know if you help me." Yes. Do you tell people your problem when they know they can't help you? Then, I wish you could go through the lyrics of the choir song again. He said, "I found a pillar. I found this. I found that." There are some of the attributes in this that it's money that makes it to be. So how well is your financial? Who cares? How you want to take care? Have you eaten? After you ask, "Have you eaten?" If I say no, what will you do? Go and eat now. If I have food, will I tell you no? Don't you know the next thing to do? My most intimate prayer, my most answered prayers. There are so many things that you pray to God for, and you just tell your partner, and it will just be a vessel that God will use to answer you. You do not look for anywhere. Do you know what it looks like when your partner is your answered prayer? You don't go look around. You will just be, you know that sometimes we have issues and we don't talk about it. We just believe, danger. Because if my partner is ready, he's going to settle it. So this financial stability, I've been talking to man and woman since. So please do not think it's just for man alone. No. is both aspects. Because you will not kill somebody's son with the problem of your life and your family. It's both aspects. And so you saw that I outlined it from the beginning. Like, actually, no point is greater than the other. All the points are important. Are we together? I round up with this. I meet my time. 10 minutes past 10. I know you've seen plenty examples of marriages that would want to scare you. I know you've seen examples of marriages that would want to say God is not true when He instituted marriage. But the world has not seen yours. And if you can get all this right, you we produce marriage that would want the world to say, yes, God, you did right for creating this thing. People's failed marriages does not affect me. People talking about their partner changing and turning to what they did not imagine does not affect me. Because I am holding the creator of marriage at hand. He is walking me through. He is walking me through what He created. If you go to somebody's house now, the person that built the house, the owner of the house, will carry you. This is room 1. This is room 2. This is room 3. If you want to wash, this is the laundry. This is how to operate the machine. The person will need to carry you through. My hand is with the creator. He's carrying me through. So no shaking. No shaking. Because I know He's going to take me to every level, everywhere that blessings of marriages are, the goodies of marriages are. He's going to put me through. And my marriage will keep becoming, it will still be a testimony that God did well for creating Adam and Eve in the garden. You can't do this without the Maker. Do not think you can. You cannot do this without the Maker. So hold on to Him. Open your heart and let Him walk you through. So before you say, how do you do? Go over all the points I've listed again. If you get a pass mark, you can move on to how do you do. See you next month. Well, we continue.